Okay, so today's talk is basically for people who don't believe in woo woo. What's woo woo? Um, well, I don't know. Like woo woo, when I used to think of woo woo, it was like way back in the 1970s on the Mary Tyler Moore show. Mary had a friend that lived in her building who was very, well, she wasn't that woo woo. I just was remembering it was Rhoda Morgenstern, played by Valerie Harper. And if you went into Rhoda's, what was a studio apartment, little tiny thing, and she had beads that were on strings. So you had this string that would come down and it was loaded with beads or crystals. So I always think of these kind of crystals hanging down. Or you walk into a room and it's got this tinkling noises and there's all kinds of crystals and someone's burning incense and probably marijuana. Um, and they're talking about their chakras and going to the yoga studio and then going to a meditation retreat. And they're drinking all these kinds of teas that you've never heard of the name of the tea, special teas from Tibet or something. And they wear all these kind of trinkets on their body, lots of weird rings and weird earrings, and they might wear like a muumuu, which is like a flowing gown and kind of oriental. So that, and then they believe in, I don't know, fairies and all kinds of stuff that's mythological. And I guess they believe in a certain, like, people talk about these laws, right? And most people think you're nuts. There's no such thing as like these laws. Where did you get up this morning and find these laws? I mean, the famous law is law of attraction. Law of attraction is what woo-woo people are always talking about, if unless they forget and one of something goes wrong, and then one of their woo-woo friends will come along and say, "Ah, law of attraction. You've got something wrong with your vibe. Your vibe, you got to raise your vibe, and then law of attraction will attract those things to you that you need." So if you want to get, the perfect girlfriend or boyfriend, don't do anything but focus on raising your vibration. Don't go to the local pub. Don't go anywhere searching for this, wonderful person to walk into your life. If you just raise your vibration, then people who have a matching vibration will come into your life. What other woo-woo laws are there? Well, a lot of times these woo-woo people are really into like they believe in karma, right? They're always about karma, so good karma and bad karma. So again, it's kind of these Eastern religions. I don't know, karma. I guess that comes from Hindu. I don't know if the Buddhists believe in karma or not. What other woo-woo things? I don't know if they believe in ghosts. Maybe they believe in ghosts. Definitely they go and see psychics. There's a psychic fair coming. I call it the psychic circus. The psychics all come to town for the traveling rodeo, and they shack up at some hotel in your town, and they take out an ad in the local paper, and they're going to say psychic circus this weekend, and then you go there, and the woo-woo people will go, and they will pay $125 for a 20-minute session with their favorite psychic. And I'm a comic. And I go to these woo-woo circuses to go and see what's going on. I not just woo-woo things. I go to everything because I'm a comic and I'm always looking for something funny. But I just died because these woo-woo psychic, usually they're ladies. It's about seven women out of 10 people, out of 10 psychics, seven are women post middle age. I don't know. Every once in a while, I guess there's a young one. Anyway, seven are women. Two are gay guys, and one is a straight man who's really the weirdest of all. In fact, if you're going to go to the psychic circus, don't go see the seven women. Don't go see the two faggots. Go and find the straight guy because he's most likely going to be the actual magician. And why do I know this? I'm just talking out my ass. I'm a comic. But that's what I would do. I would go find the straight guy and make sure you go count, though. Go through the psychic circus. Then they all have the tables and you just wander through and just count. Count up to 7 for women. And then go and find the 2 homosexual guys. You are gay and you are gay. And then look at if there's any other men there and watch for anything gay, anything like limp-wristed or whatever. And then, okay, you're gay. No, it doesn't count. You got to keep going until you find someone that you're 100% sure is a gay male, or a straight male, and he's doing psychic things. That's the one to go and see. Why is that? I don't know. I'm just saying. It's more likely he's going to be... I told you that already. Okay, so what happened last time I went to the psychic circus, I went out to the smoking area. It was sort of down the hall, out the door in the parking lot. I went to the smoking area, and there were some of these women, and I didn't know they were psychics or whether there were people coming to see the psychics. But I stood there, and... I just was listening to them talk, and I made a few comments, and then it became clear that these women were the psychics. And lo and behold, what was the main topic of conversation? Their health, and how much difficulty they were having getting medical treatment from doctors. And this is the dead giveaway that they're frauds. Because clearly, if you're a psychically attuned person, you wouldn't get sick. Your vibration, remember the law of attraction, you have a high vibration, you're going to attract good things into your life. If you're a psychic and you're really good, you're not going to be sick. You're going to have a super high vibration and all the disease things are just going to bounce off you. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And you're never going to be sick and you're never going to see a traditional doctor. Why would you? You're a psychic and you can just tap into the powers of the universe and be perfectly healthy every day. So here I am having my tea. This tea is called Taj Mahal. Let's see if I can get it in the light. This is Taj Mahal, and it's basically, I should call it black tea. It's regular tea. It's not herbal tea. And this morning I saw on YouTube, one of my psychic friends said, go on a 10-day toxic reduction diet. And the biggest addictive thing on the planet, 10 times more addictive than cocaine, is this stuff. It's called sugar. And they say nothing is worse than white sugar. So here it is, my white sugar one. I usually go for that's equivalent of 1 teaspoon. And then I like to put in milk. And one of my friends who's into not really psychic woo-woo, he's into these plant meditations. In other words, you go and you get something that grows in a land far, far away, like maybe the Amazon or somewhere in Africa, or maybe somewhere in the middle of the Arabian desert. Some weird thing, like in the Arabian desert, there's this stuff called Syrian rue. And in the Amazon, there's this stuff called ayahuasca. In Africa, there's this stuff called iboga. In Jamaica, there's this stuff that's called cannabis sativa. Plenty of places where they got farms and cows that are farting out cow patties have these things called magic mushrooms. So I lost the plot with this one. But that's what this person is into, all these healing plant medications. But what I just did here, now you can see the color of my tea, I added some, it's not even cream, it's like homogenized milk, thickened milk. And this person refuses to use milk. I think it's a phobia. I don't think it's anything to do with feeling like it's sickening or anything. But anyway, the person this morning was passing around the article. It said sugar was 10 times as toxic to you and addictive as cocaine. And I said basically on my comment, it's just like Dr. Oz on TV. I don't know if he's still on there. Biggest jackass that ever lived. Dr. Oz. Every time you turn on Dr. Oz, he's promoting some new stupid thing. If you bought all the shit that Dr. Oz has recommended, you wouldn't have room in your house to even walk in the door. Every day it's goji berries and I don't know, it's every day it's some new stupid thing. It's Psychic Circus and it's Dr. Oz and he's the medical system apparently. Apparently he has a medical degree. I wouldn't go to Dr. Oz. I would go and see a parakeet before I saw Dr. Oz. Truly, that man, all he does is he's got a mouth for sale. I'm Dr. Oz, and whatever it is you want me to be the huckster for, I'll do it, because I love money. I'll lie for you. You think Dr. Oz actually looks at the scientific studies behind goji berries and every other damn thing he's got on his agenda every day? No way. That man, what do you do with that man? You take him off the air, number one. You strip him of his medical degree, number two. And I think we're going to go put him to work cleaning graffiti in public places as a public service where he can, pay off his bad karma for lying to us all these years about things that we need to buy. So as far as the sugar detox, no, I'm not going on a sugar detox. I did go on a booze detox. I still I think it's good for people to detox off booze. And would you go back to booze? Well, the first time I wanted to detox off booze, I went for a while and then I got back on the booze. And it was kind of a long-term thing. One time I went on a retreat by myself and I didn't drink any booze at all then. I think I'd pretty much weaned myself off of it. But then there was other times when I'd, drink some beers and... So do I have problems with... I think people really need to be in control of their booze. What does that mean? I think a lot of times people get dragged into drinking booze because their friends are drinking booze. So is it the same way with sugar? Maybe you're right. Maybe I should quit sugar. Maybe I should quit air. That's even more addictive than sugar. Air. Air. God, 10 days without air. Now, there is a dare. The toxic air. Everyone knows that they're spraying chemtrails full of shit over all the cities. And all the allergens are in the air. And, perfumes, because, you can't go anywhere and wear perfume because it affects people. All these smells. Yeah, 10 days without air. It's pretty addictive, that air stuff. The last thing I wanted to tell you was about not goji berries again. It was about when the old man now, but when he was young, maybe 20s, late 20s or 30, um, Ram Das, Richard Alpert, when he went to India to see his guru Neem Karoli Baba, um, he went in about 1970 or something before LSD was made illegal. And he brought bottles of LSD with him because that was what those people, those flower children, were all about in those days. Now, for a regular person to take LSD, they're going to have a psychedelic trip. What is a psychedelic trip like if you've never taken anything like this? Mm, Maybe like a Disney movie, Fantasia. Apparently, Fantasia was designed to simulate some kind of a psychedelic trip. So that was an old movie of Walt Disney's Fantasia. I don't know. There's other ones. I can't remember their names. But anyway, that's what it'd be like. It'd be like a really weird movie. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with Johnny Depp. It was about Hunter S. Thompson, who was taking ridiculous amounts of drugs. If you see that movie, that'll give you a good simulation of what one of these drug trips was. Anyway, back to the story. Ram Dass went to India to see Neem Karoli Baba, his guru, and basically Ram Dass was all about, all of these medications. These are physical things that you can take to give you a really big change in your consciousness. And Guru Baba said to Richard Alpert, Ram Dass, okay, where's these medicines? Where's the medicine? And Ram Dass wasn't really sure what he meant, but then he dawned on, oh, he means the LSD. So, and Neem Karoli Baba was an old man, maybe 75 at the time. And, Ram Dass gave him a really good big dose of LSD, and Baba took the LSD, and really no effect. And then a year later, Ram Dass was back in India again, and he still was trying to figure out this LSD thing and his guru. And the guru knows, the guru knows because the universe tells guru what's going on. And so, once again, the guru Neem Karoli Baba says to Richard Alpert, Ram Dass, Ram Dass was his name later on, his spiritual name, but Richard Alpert was his original name. I'm pretty sure. I mean, there are so many of these flower children that were written up. Anyway, so once again, Baba says, where's the medicine? And Richard Alpert gave Baba medicine, and it was way more than a dose for a single adult human. It was what they would call an astronaut dose. Heroic dose is what they call it. Heroic dose is someone taking an enormous dose, way larger than what a normal person would take. A heroic dose. And Baba said to Ram Dass, Richard Alpert, this is the stuff that's supposed to make you crazy, right? And Richard Alpert said, well, yeah, in about 20 minutes it should kick in. So someone came along and, he started timing the time. And after about 20 minutes, Baba put a piece of burlap over his head and then pulled the burlap off, and he made really weird face like. acting like he had gone crazy. And then he stopped. And they must have burst out laughing because nothing happened. So basically, what Guru did was showed that LSD has no effect on the guru. Why is that? It's because all of these psychedelic things, the reason they work on average everyday man on the street, woman on the street, club kid on the street, is because these psychedelic substances, they, well, what do they do exactly? What do they do exactly? Well, for Baba, nothing. They do nothing. But for the rest of us, um, I mean, why is it that when you have a glass of red wine, you start feeling a little bit giddy and more talkative? They say, well, it lowers inhibitions. How does that exactly happen? Well, your brain cells are getting drunk, and some of the connections between them get more intense because they were inhibited before, and the alcohol has, isn't alcohol poison? So alcohol has poisoned your brain cells, but somehow it makes your ability to talk improve until you get really loaded, and then no one can understand you. But one glass of red wine, it warms you up and it makes you more comfortable and more relaxed. What exactly is happening with these psychedelic drugs? What is going on with them? Why is it that Baba can take a huge heroic dose, enough for 5 people, and nothing happens? I'm trying to see if there's something comic about it. What is really happening? What is really happening? What is really happening? And I don't want to go into brain chemistry. Why? Because I just don't. I mean, that's what some egghead from the biochemistry department would talk about. No, I really want to know what's going on because I don't want to read, a dozen pages of scientific mumbo jumbo and correlational statistics and, observation effect and what all these other different laws that there's all these scientific laws. If you're going to have a scientific paper, you got to have all of these bases covered in order so it can get peer reviewed and put into Nature journal or something. And then of course you have to pay a huge bribe to Nature to get your paper published. What's really going on when you take psychedelic drugs? The reality you are experiencing may change very strangely. Is it the drug you took, or the booze you drank, or the magic mushroom you ate? Or is it something altogether different that no one knows? I'm going with no one knows. Why? Because of the placebo effect. You've heard of the placebo effect, where people who are in intense pain, and there's no medication available. Maybe it was in some war zone somewhere, and they ran out of opiates, and someone's in intense pain, and there's no opiates left. There's nothing left. So what they do is they give them a sugar pill, and it works. The pain goes away. In other words, something's going on in consciousness. It's not.